Your car guy here. Today we're giving the truck a bath, cleaning everything up, and we're doing that in part because we've got a bed liner for it. Now you'll see the bed liner that I've gone with is the plastic type, and this is a genuine GM bed liner. Has the Chevy logo built into it, and it is an exact fit with all the cutouts for the different anchor points in the bed, as well as my electrical outlet and lights. Now, believe it or not, the dealership worked with me on price. They're not total sticklers. You can get them to negotiate. And we're gonna put the bed liner in. Now you ask, why did I go with plastic versus say a rubber bed mat or a spray-in bed liner? And the biggest reason is that there's gonna be a lot of times that I'm hauling car parts or engines, transmissions, or other items in the bed of my truck. And I feel that the plastic does a better job of protecting the metal underneath, and that by doing this I'll probably not get as many dents and dings on the inside of my bed. Now that might be a little bit anal or just a little bit overly cautious because it is a truck bed, but I want to try to keep it new and nice for as long as possible. Plus, if this bed liner becomes ruined, too old and ugly, I can simply yank it out and put a new one in. So as I was saying, I want to keep this looking new and nice, and so this plastic bed liner, compared to say a spray-in bed liner. I've had spray-in bed liners before, and the first time I put sharp or heavy parts in, it scratched the bed liner off and got right down to the metal. So I said, hey, I want to go back to the old plastic. Now, nice thing about this is because it's a GM factory part, it really is a true exact fit, and it'll drop right in and just have a perfect fit. But before I put the bed liner in, one of the things I was doing was cleaning the inside of the bed, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply wax to the inside of the bed, a nice heavy coat, and I'm not going to buff that wax off. I'm going to leave that wax on. What it'll do is it'll help protect, because there will be water that'll get down between the bed liner and the bed, and I don't want that to create any rust or rust spots. And putting that coat of wax on without buffing it off will just give me a nice layer of protection, and it's going to be covered by the bed liner, so nobody will see that I didn't buff it real well. But I made sure I've washed the bed. I've got to dry it out still, and then I can apply my wax and install my bed liner. All right, I've been using this Meguiar's Carnauba wax, and no, I'm not sponsored by Meguiar's, but I've used their products in the past and really like them. Just using a cheap microfiber cloth, and I've just put it on and then just rub it right on with the cloth, and that's it. I'm not going to buff it off. We're just going to put the bed liner in. You really can't tell probably in the video, it's just hazy, that's all. But I've made sure that I covered every square inch by focusing one panel at a time and working my way around the outside first, and then on the floor from the front to the back. All right, now my two lovely assistants are gonna do bed liner installation. So let's go ahead, guys, and we're gonna tilt it up on one side above the bed rail. So over there on the right, we're gonna slide it all the way to the front. Now, at the front, we're gonna tuck under. Once it's all the way up, you'll need to get that front lip up over the front of the bed, and to also get these tabs. So there's a tab here and one at the front up underneath that black part. Now, we're gonna go ahead and let the bed liner down on this other side. And in order to do that, we'll probably want to lift here in the center to create a little bit of a collapse on the outside edge to allow the bed liner to flex. Go ahead, Calvin, pick up in the center there and shove it up so that bed liner can collapse. Shove it higher up in the center. All right, DJ, kind of shove that bottom corner and in and down. So right here, we're gonna shove in and down. All right. Now the bed liner's sitting in, but we're still gonna need to get this side up underneath, okay? So we got the other side up underneath, but we'll need to get this side up underneath. And to do that, we'll kind of pull this out and up. So out and up and force down to get all that tucked up under the rail and into place. And that front corner is going to be your hardest part to get tucked in. So at this front corner, if you'll pull this back, it'll allow you to tuck this underneath and then shove it all back forward into place. And everything will line up nice and neat right there. Now, our last spot here in the back, we can, your head's in the way. Sorry. We're gonna shove it out and under and then right back up. Now, we'll let the bed liner lay flat. And you'll see how nice a fit that is. Now it's still a little bit flexed up, but as it sits in the sun, that liner is gonna heat up and have a perfect fit. So there's some other goodies that came with this bed liner I'm gonna show you right now. All right, so here's some goodies that come with our bed liner. We have these cargo nets, which will clip in on each side here. Now I noticed it came with 2 short cargo nets and 2 longer cargo nets. We also have these plugs that are gonna cover up those openings there where you can put additional anchors in. You're also gonna have 2 push pins, and you'll see on either side of the bed, these line up and will lock that bed liner in. It's all pre-drilled, so you don't have to worry about getting it in the wrong spot. And all you'll do is simply insert this plastic rivet, and then push the center in, and it locks it in securely. Okay, so the shorter cargo nets, they'll just take and you'll just clip right onto the D-ring here, front or back, whichever end you want to do first. And then you'll do the same thing at the other end. You'll simply clip right into the D-rings here. And thus you have a nifty little storage area there in the side of the bed. The long cargo nets aren't used with this bed. They're for the front on a long bed model. So even though they came with the short bed liner, I don't need them. So I'll save them. I'm sure I'll find another use for them. Next, we'll install our plug covers, which you'll see have these tapered edges, so you can just take and push them in and lock them into place there along the bed liner to give a nice clean look. All right, there it is. We've got our cargo nets installed. We've got all our plugs installed. Nice factory looking finish, even including the warning not to fill your gas can while it's in the bed of your truck. Notice that all of our attachment hooks are still readily accessible, and we've got our bed protected now. This is your car guy. Please subscribe to the channel, like and share the videos, help us grow.